Ah, this is not the page we should be having here. That's a little project I have on the side where I am just super busy. Ah! Ugh. Ugh. In case you want to know, I am compiling monster races from D&D to make into player races by compiling them according to the normal role, but some monsters are kind of hard to easily recombobulate into, like, player characters, and because not every Dungeon Master is going to be like, well, that's okay, or they'll want to have a high power monster, so I'm compiling them down into having interesting features, but at the same time still being somewhat easily agreeable, maybe with a couple of extra downsides on the side, but it's easy, you know? Do some of the work ahead of time. So here's the thing that gets me. Anna has fire-breathing abilities, but it's implied the fire only lasts a very short period of time. And so there, like, this fire lasts a while, the one she uses during her second date lasts a while. Can they change that? Like, if they spit more, does it just last significantly longer because it takes a while to properly combust and allow the rest to burn up? Who knows? My hand is already acting up, but that's because I just recorded all that Doom stuff. That was fun! The Eye was a fun level. I recommend you watch that video. Or Realism. Apparently a lot of people like that. I might play it again, because I kind of want to give it another go and see if I can do better. I don't want to play it too much, unless I can find someone to hang out with, but... I just remembered I might be recording Dead Space 3 today, so today is going to be busy as hell. Fuck. Sebastian von Dolo Feine Fischwasch. I like this. So, I don't know how to translate this, but I'm trying to capture the feel here. And it's like, before you ask player name, we got at least one of everything. Or more. Usually more. Just to get that feel of like, these guys brought it all. Oh wait, that's... yeah, there you go. You know, the funny thing about vegetables is we call them literally greens. Like, groen means green. I don't know if that's intentional or not. The T is an extra. But it's pretty similar in a very interesting way. Namino! Whose name decided to completely blow up. Oh, it's Naomi. Why did this fuck up? That's really not something that... So the reason I'm doing this is throw it on the fire, not in the fire. Just a little prank. Just so like, eh. Because sometimes I have to remove certain jokes and quips, so you gotta compensate it where you can. Not to mention Bryce is the kind of person who probably like, eh. Like, I don't know. Would he? Something to consider on the second pass. I think I'm actually gonna upload the first pass, then do the second pass while I'm busy, so that I can immediately take a lot of like spelling errors along with it and get some feedback. So that I don't immediately... I'll have more to do, and some of it will be fixed ahead of time, but it's slightly easier to do, I guess. What is with the cheese, though? Ah, shark bait. Oh, that's fun. So, D&D fell through because the dude had to go to bed early. He did not go to bed early. He went actually later than usual. So, fuck that excuse. And someone didn't show up. They were very much there. So, we kind of didn't do D&D for no real reason, or didn't even do something else like a board game. So, one of the people has a little ferret called Sharkbait. And I asked, well, since we didn't do anything board gaming or anything tonight, you better give that a try. Because apparently weasels are like, they throw tantrums. They really want shit. They're like, oh man, I want this, I want this. And they start biting and jumping around or something. It's adorable, though. Because every single time she's like, it's like at least once a day that thing throws a tantrum. Gets all excited. It's like, oh man, I want this. Oh man. Apparently I also started biting at a jar of like weasel fur care food. It's hilarious. So no, little baby bait! Ah! The problem I have with this, like, even now, I'm like, this isn't really... Like, this is, like, or also a force field to it. It still feels like Shang is at least somewhat alright with it. Like, he sounds so very forceful here. I know a better one that fits the mood better. There we go. This works a bit better. Just stop already. Or I'll throw cheese on every piece of meat that you put on the grill. It's a bit more playful and it's a bit more fitting of the scene. And I don't think Shang is the kind of person to get too aggressive. It's a bit more... It's still like... pushing around, but it's not as vicious. I don't know if it's supposed to be vicious. I changed this a bit. Like I said, the algae are for Naomi because she's a water dragon, so she likes water things. She usually likes water things. I don't know. I think I might change this because it's a... I think that's a bit too much of a change that really doesn't need to be there. This is a bit better. The algae for Naomi, she'll always like those kinds of things. Although, she's a water dragon, it's quite obvious she would. For the hunt. Which is an interesting way of saying it, especially nowadays in the mouse and like, fucking phone error. Everything's in front of your hand all the time, or it's in your hand. Then there's Maverick. He eats anything that fits in his mouth, even if it's not for eating. Just because Bryce is laying on the nagging quick. I guess it's kind of like a thing. It feels very Australian. I would Australian beach, mate. Oi, quarter blow me, mate. That's not Australian, but it doesn't matter. Ah, that's so rude. I love it. Oh my god! It goes tee-hee! This is a bit more crass, to compensate for Zhong being a bit nicer. Yeah, but that's because when Bryce cooks, there's a little difference between rocks and meat. Good zinger back to Bryce. Oh. Oh man, how do you translate tee-hee? That'll do, I guess. Wait, you don't get to pick? You don't get to pick. That's very weird. You don't actually get to pick what you eat. It just kind of happens. I guess it's not relevant for you to pick. And they wouldn't want the player to be like, which one of these will Bryce hate? Even though Bryce's mood comes up, but it isn't used. As I mentioned before, Bryce's mood is kept track of, but never checked. And that's kind of weird. You know, it would be awesome if there is a dating branch with Maverick. You get one date early on, and you're like, okay, he's a one-off date that just kind of happens. And then here, you basically unlock all 3 other dates with Maverick by sitting next to him and being nice. That'd be great. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be a very unusual dateable character because of the obtuseness, because you have to date someone else, and then you have to squeeze 3 dates in the last few days. But it kind of is interesting as like a path, because it's very different from the rest. Oh, no, wait. No. That's not what he's saying. He's not saying, how's your lady? He's saying, how's the... How's the life as Emerald's bodyguard? That's a bit nicer. Oh, do throw a light on this mystery, dear Bryce. Yeah. Let's get one on embarrassing. That's a nice one. Gênant. I didn't know they had that little peekaboo. That's interesting. I think to be honest, has to go in the front here. It's kind of weird. You could say het is nogal gênant om eerlijk te zijn, but something about it feels better if it's like at the front. Because it's immediately like, Whoa, that was weird. My eyes went a bit funky. It's like, unfortunately, that means that you have to say it, you know, kind of layering on. You really shouldn't clarify that kind of stuff. I just love how this is like the situation they get up to. I wonder what would have happened if this wasn't the case. Like, if Reza wasn't there, this entire love story would have gone so much differently. This whole barbecue would have gone very differently. If you weren't there, it would have gone differently because you would have brought out the cheese. Like, this entire dynamic between several people and the department, because they weren't there to encounter it, has dramatically changed as a result of you just being here. Just can't resist. I like this. The right word choice can really... Like, it's funny, because every time I write these sentences, I have to think about the word choice, because it impacts how it sounds or what the intention is. And it's kind of fun to do this. It really gives me a lot of insight into the Dutch language and the English language. It's why I like translation, is you're basically uncovering something about something that you've said and done all your life. It makes sense, because it doesn't matter where she is, she has no personality at all. And I think, I like to imagine that's actually just the case, is she doesn't have a personality or any personal goals or aspirations. She just exists, and she does because someone told her that that's the good thing to do. And no personal motivation. This is cool. You can suck her personality through a straw. I don't know what that means, but I'm pretty sure that it gives you a negative connotation. Oh, this is a bit better. What do you mean with straw sucking? That might get cut back down to sucking because that might be a little bit on the nose, but I think everyone knows that that's a good one. Oh man, I've really missed, I mean, there's gonna be lots of achievements coming up soon as all the endings roll in, but for now, ugh. The drought is killing me because there's so little going on to earn you an achievement to begin with. I like this one. This is nice. I can confirm that she behaves totally different when, so to say, the cameras are off and the public is out of view. Because it's kind of hard to say it to the general public all the time. Bruh. And Maverick scores like, Maverick, use your words! You've learned English for a reason! The weird thing is, with Bryce, is I kind of get this feeling that Bryce was very much written as straight. Because something about him is... Like, the one thing is, if you're gay and you're male, or you're... And you read this and she's like, she's not my type, you could be like, oh, well, she's not his type in that way, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. She does hang out with the dudes a lot, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, chong, chong. But, at the same time... maybe, like, she doesn't have personality. I don't think anyone would ever voluntarily want to be with her. The only reason she likes him is because he's of good seed, I'd imagine. Ugh. This needs to be changed, because this does not work as a direct translation. How do I put this? I think I want to end all this. This is better. I'm not going to do the negative, but I'm going to do this. We both know that everything is nice about me. Emphasis on everything. Ah, that's nice. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Made some good progress, a good 300 lines. We're chopping through. We're almost at the halfway point. Whee! Video games, the movie. Still not at the next set of options, which is interesting. Well, cavity search. From her, I swear, I swear. I swear on my daughter's grave. Oh well. Next time more. This was fun. I'm having fun. Soon I'm not going to be having fun. I'm going to be grumpy. Oh, I'm so grumpy. Oh, I'm going to eat a whole sour banana, and I'm going to be like, this banana's too sweet for me. Rawr.